If you remember, last year I did a review on this product here, which is a 70MI Dashcam. This one here is a new product they sent me, which means one of two things. Either one, they want me to do it over because I didn't get it right the first time, or I did something right and they're trying to reward me with the newer, improved model. I have to say that I remember this product, the 70MI. It's a weird part number to say. How they come up with these part numbers, I'll never freaking know. But anyway, that is what I'm trying to say, 70MI. This camera here is identical to what I remember from it being last year. And I'm going to put a link to show you what the old one looked like so you can compare what the old one looked like as opposed to the new one. So sometimes when they make a new product, what they do is you just kind of like repackage and regurgitate the old stuff. And from what I can notice from the last year's model, with this new model, when you plug it into the cigarette lighter, if you're using the cigarette lighter plug that is, usually you would lose it because that would go into the cord, which would go to the camera, and that would be the end of it. They were nice enough to give you an expandable port so that way once you plug this into the charger, you can still charge another device in the vehicle, which is nice. But to go one step further, the reason why this is a 70MI Pro is because it comes with this Pro installation kit. Now this is where it gets cool. And this is why I use a dual cam setup in my own vehicle, because it's cool that you have a camera in the front, but what about what's going on in the back? So if you're an Uber or a Lyft driver, obviously you want to have security. But if you're in an accident and someone hits you from the behind, what the hell good is a front cam going to help you out? It's not going to help you out at all, except watching the back of your head slam into the windshield. So this one here, you have 3 wires, but you can do ground, constant, accessory power. So that way when you cut your vehicle on, it automatically supplies power, and you can just plug this directly into the camera and not have to use this and this. So this ugliness will not have to be part of your installation. And that's the stuff that I like. And I think that's why these companies keep giving me their products, because I do real installation stuff. I don't do this plug and play bullshit where you plug it in. It's like, you know, look at this. I'm actually doing the real work. I'm going to show you how that part works as well. So in the box, we can figure out how to open this dang thing. Oh, I remember this. This is cool. This thing here is so useful. Believe it or not, when you want to mount one of these cameras on with this existing little tab, this tape you would think would be dime a dozen, whatever two-sided tape you have lying around will work. Not the case. I have struggled like you cannot believe. Once you pull this thing off to clean your windshield, or if you have your window tinted and replace it, you'll never get this thing to stay on. It'll stay on for a little minute. You'll come back into the vehicle after you leave, after a hot day, and that thing will be hanging from the windshield. Guaranteed. They give you extra little parts so that way you can put it on, remove it, and redo it again. That's nice. Companies never give you extra anything. They always give you the bare minimum, and that always sucks. They give you more than you need, and that's another good product I like about. That's a good quality of a company that cares about their customers enough to have the forethought to give them more than what they want. And that's what this product gives you. So I have to say that that's pretty cool. Also, when you move it and you even touch the screen, this unit powers right on, which tells me that there's something going on here, which is more than the old one did. As soon as you touch the screen, boom, that sucker's on there. Here's your rotational camera on the front, which is the same as the old one. Actually, the color looks the same. The button layout is the same. On the side here, it's all the same. Micro SD plug, external output, HDMI, video output cable, same deal. We already covered the adhesive stuff. That's cool. The user manual, which actually is in English, clear and concise, with QR codes, easy to understand English instructions, not like some of these companies that give you some just god-awful instructions. This stuff that's actually pretty good. So you got that, you got that. This guy here is the rear camera, and this kind of looks like a thinkware camera, in my opinion, which again, you can mount it and you can rotate this here, and this will catch the rear camera, then you have the front. So you have it set up like one boom here, one over there, so you're getting a full 360-degree coverage of your vehicle. So this kit so far is looking pretty damn good. What else could you ask for? You got the front camera, rear camera, hardwire kit, plenty of extension cable. This thing's got to be like, I don't know, 12, 15 feet. I'm not really sure, but I'm gonna say at least 12, maybe 15, maybe even more. Who knows? These cables are surprisingly long once you expand them. Cigarette lighter plug if you want to use that, or the hardwire adapter. So just to go over, here's the front camera. I mean, it's not a gigantic screen, but it's more than ample for what you need. There's your camera. You got the LED indicator, lets you know when it is working. Rear camera right here. Pretty nice, unobtrusive, definitely not ugly. It's classy. We'll see how good the quality is. Apparently this thing is a 2.7, let me see. Refer to the instructions, 2.7K Ultra HD video. I mean, what the hell else do you need beyond that? That's more than enough. App enabled, which is an app you can use. And I've used that, it works pretty good. So you can link it up, update it, do all kinds of stuff like that. 2-channel recording, which means front and rear, or selectable. Built-in Wi-Fi and GPS, which also is a nice feature because in the last year, there was a Wi-Fi adapter you used to add separately to this thing. And it was kind of bulky. I didn't really care much for it. So it's nice to see that they're actually integrating and making things smaller, more compact, and simple for people to use. So again, there's your Hardwire Kit. Your adapter, which you can slide the unit off your windshield if you need to. Extra parts, which I love. Your USB adapter with expandable plug, extension cable, and over here, here's your micro connector for your power into USB, which you can use into the Hardwire Kit or this. And I'm going to be going this route. So in my review, I'm going to be mounting it up on the top passenger side of my truck because I already have my other one located right over there. So I'm going to run this thing up, and I want to show you just how long some of these cables are. This is for the rear cam, right? Look at how long this thing just goes. I mean, look, I got a huge truck. I'm still going. I mean, what? Same thing goes here for the power cord. Plenty. So if you got to run from here down over or down below there, never a problem with this system. So after I did my preliminary settings, it's going to ask me to download the app, which I'll do on my phone.
Please insert SD card.
Put in your card.
Backup camera is connected.
Backup camera is connected. I'm going to show you where that actually is in the vehicle. I have a sliding window which has a track, so I want to avoid that. So I went with this top corner area. I'll show you exactly where that works. It goes right there. And this camera here is adjustable, by the way. You can turn it up and down, so if you don't get it perfectly right the first time, you can just sit in here and turn this so it's just like you want to see it for your viewing angle. To put memory in there, just take a micro SD card. This guy here is actually, I'm not sure exactly how much memory this thing will take, but no one in the world is ever going to need more than that. And that's pretty much the standard of what I use in pretty much all dash cams that I use and test. So that's in there. We're going to format that and get this thing ready for action.
Formatting succeeded.
So you see it automatically came on to the record mode. You can see all the icons are laid out.
Switch to rear recording. Switch to front road.
See, I turned the vehicle off and this thing is going to stay on automatically for 1 minute as I set it up to be on a programming. So it'll go off 1 minute after I exit the vehicle, which is exactly the way I want it. And just keep in mind that when you do mount this, that you have the camera adjustment on the left side, and you have the two plugs, one for the rear cam, one for the 12-volt DC plug on the right side, and you have right angles. So you want to make sure you configure that when you want to mount it, so that way you have ample room for those plugs to run up and around the headliner, like I show you here. Yeah, you don't want to see that stuff. And there you go, it's turned off. Perfect, just like it should. I just inserted my micro SD card from the 70Mi dash cam, and these here are the files that it's showing you that it's recorded. There's about 31 gigs of information on here right now. So you have GPS data, photos, parking, normal, which is recording, and then you have events. Events are basically when it picks up a motion either in the front or the rear of the vehicle, and it'll show you in a playback the time, the date, what happened, which is pretty cool. So here's something that happened in front, actually. All right. You see this happened all today. This was from the 28th. Let's see what this one here is. Take a look at this one here. Something happened in the garage. Let's go and take a look at the back cam. That should be interesting. Basically, these things will also, if you do an emergency recording, there's a button on the cam where you could hit it and it'll record about a minute. So if you have a car accident or you see something kind of crazy, you hit the button, it'll snap 1 minute of footage either in the front or the rear camera. If it's equipped like my Pro Series camera is located, I got the rear one here, and then over there I got the front. Or you can just do your normal stuff. This is stuff that it picked up in the parking. I guess not much action happening in the parking these days, but that's okay. We'll take a look at some of the front footage. Ah, this was this morning, I think, yes. Look at that. Let's see what the neighbors are doing. They're messing around with my truck. And of course, you can always go onto the actual screen itself and play it back in the little screen on the dash cam if you want to, but this is nice if you have to have a file, save it and send it to an insurance company or police if that's what's going on, some crazy police footage or something. But it's all in here. Say it didn't. This card is huge. 32 gigs is a lot of information on here, so you'll never not have something that happened recently. There's plenty of ability to record with this camera. No problem there.